on, guys? This is Mr. Teej 66 Movie Reviews. I am Mr. Teej 66. Well, with the new Lion King live-action film out in theaters this weekend, I figured I would take a look at the 1994 animated, actually just screw it, I say just classic movie, The Lion King. Do I really need to even summarize the plot? Everyone knows it, so I'm going to skip right over that and to say why this movie is my favorite Disney movie of all time. In fact, probably, well, my favorite Disney animated movie of all time. Because I just think the story is the most mature of any of the films, of any of the Disney animated films. It deals with loss, deals with, having to face up to your responsibilities. It's a film, they say that, animated films, you see deeper meanings for them as you get older, and this is one that, I absolutely see now that I'm much older. When I saw it when I was a teenage, like 11 or 12 when it came out, I enjoyed it, but I didn't really understand what was going on in this in as much as I do now, so that's why the film has grown in reverence for me. The animation is at the absolute peak of Disney hand-drawn animation. Just, the characters are so expressive, there's a level of unreality, they move like lions, but they're not real, the faces, they're more expressive than, actual lions are. That's why I'm kind of worried about with the new live-action film, is that, the faces just don't look that expressive, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm holding off all judgment until I actually see the film. The voice casting, just phenomenal. The only one that kind of maybe sticks out a little bit is Matthew Broderick as the adult Simba, just because I've seen him in a lot of other movies, and you kind of know his voice pretty well. It's not too big a deal, but there are times when I do hear Matthew Broderick a little too much, but his vocal performance is still pretty good, though. Well, I really don't know what else to say. I mean, this movie is... I'm going to talk about maybe the things I didn't like, which is virtually nothing. I mean, some of the background hyenas, there's a sequence with a lot of hyenas. Some of them don't look that detailed. Like, they're very vaguely drawn. I'm like, is that on purpose, or are they just lazy? It's Disney, so I can't believe they're just being lazy. So I think it's probably, purposely done, but it's a little distracting. The music... Do I really need to say? The opening sequence, The Circle of Life, is not just one of the best sequences of any animated film. It's one of the best opening sequences in movie history. Just, it says everything you need to know about this movie right in whatever it is, like 4 minutes. Just beautifully drawn. Mix of CGI. I like how the CGI, there's some CG animation, but it's not, intrusive because, this is 94, so of course they were just starting to figure out how to use computer graphics in animated films. I mean, this movie really makes me miss hand-drawn animation. CG animation's okay. I don't know. There's a divide, or I don't know. I don't want to say there's not as much artistic integrity in it, because there is, but I don't know. I'm just older, I guess, and hand-drawn animation just pleases the eye a lot more than, CG animation. It might be just an age thing, so who knows. But yeah, this movie is... It's a classic. I mean, you know that. I know that. It's one of those... This is probably one of the most pointless reviews I've ever done, because it's just like, what else can you say about this movie? I'm just sort of giving saying things that everyone already knows about this movie, but, with the new film coming out, I just watched it actually just a few minutes ago. I watched it I don't even know the number of times I've watched it, but I watched it again just a few minutes ago, and still fantastic. It always will. The new live-action film has a lot to live up to. Rating-wise, like a 9.8, just simply because, Matthew Broderick's voice tends to be a little not out of place, but, you can kind of tell it's Matthew Broderick, and some of the background hyenas are a little like, but I don't know if that's really, again, I don't know if that's done purposely, or if they just were cheap, but I doubt it. But, yeah, this movie is a classic. Watch it. I don't know why you haven't watched it if you haven't seen it at this point. It's like mandatory viewing for anyone who watches movies. But anyway, that's my quick review of The Lion King. This is Mr. Teej 66, and I will see you next time.